Guys, our friends at BioOptimizers have just released their new formula for Magnesium Breakthrough, the most powerful magnesium supplement on the market today. This new 4th generation formula means Magnesium Breakthrough is now even more potent and effective for reducing stress, improving sleep, and boosting energy levels. In every bottle of Magnesium Breakthrough, you're going to get 7 unique forms of organic, full-spectrum magnesium, which supports your physical and mental health. Just take 2 capsules before you go to bed. You're going to be amazed by the improvements in your mood and your energy levels. In addition to Magnesium Breakthrough, pick up a bottle of Masszymes to help you build more lean muscle and T3OM to reduce gas and bloating. BioOptimizers offers a 1-year full money back guarantee. If you're not happy, just send back your remaining unopened bottles within 365 days. They'll give you a full refund. Visit biooptimizers.com/Chael. Be sure to use the promo code Chael. That's going to get you 10% off and free shipping, or just click on the link below. Marvin Vettori, he's getting ready to take on Whitaker. Marvin's one of these guys that's fun. Like, if you ever would have got Marvin versus Luke Rockhold, just great example right there. I would also say Marvin versus Strickland, which is a fight that I was calling for, but it turns out they're buddies and they even corner each other. Okay, let's stop right there. Don't need to see friends fight. Just sharing that Marvin's fun, particularly angry Marvin. Only angry Marvin. Angry Marvin is something special, and he gets himself worked up, and he's doing it with Whitaker too. He's getting all kinds of mad. One thing you don't want to do to Marvin Vettori is tell him you're going to fight him on a certain date and not do it on that date. Like, that's just a thing. That would probably bother anybody. It will piss Marvin off. That's the spot that he's in. I'm just reminding you guys of the backstory. He's not manufacturing something here with Whitaker. He has things, Marvin, consistently that will upset him fast. And this fight has been moved 8 weeks. That's 2 training camps. That is 2 weight cuts. That is 2 travels of preparation. That's okay. I'm just sharing with you that it upsets him. So when you hear angry Marvin, this isn't being manufactured. This is very in line. Now, Marvin Vettori said, I expect to be fighting, after I beat Whitaker, I expect to be fighting Pereira next. Now, I like everything that's being done here. And don't get lost in the names. I like, contrary to many people, particularly coaches, your coach never wants to hear you looking past a guy. They just don't. I like it. I like it for 2 reasons. One, I think from a promotional standpoint, if you're having a fight and that fight doesn't have meaning that leads to something, I think you have a problem. And I think you're very well served to use the media you're going to get for the fight that you have to set up something that I like that. From a personal standpoint, I didn't like the focus theory. I read a book, or a chapter rather, when I was in college that talked about something known as paralysis by analysis, that if you sit and you study and you focus, you try to get hyped up, you will get hyped out. Try to get psyched up, you'll get psyched up, but when you really focus on some paralysis by, you'll freeze. And not everybody does that. That's a certain kind of person, but I could relate to it. So you know what I do? I do a little bit better when I'm loose. I had some of my worst, just on a personal note, but some of my worst performances in the finals. I would lose I was the state runner-up. I was the national runner-up 4 times. Perhaps I should also add, I also won a couple of national titles. I'm just sharing for you those. Why? Semifinals, you don't want to run into me. I mean, that's when I really would perform well. But guys that I lost to on Saturday night when the lights were on, I believe had I had the previous round in the semifinals, I would have beaten and gotten through. It wasn't the guy, it wasn't the position. There was something about this doesn't lead to something. All my focus is right here. That was a problem for me. I think. As you sit and try to analyze yourself, I thought it was a problem for me. And I'm just sharing it to personalize why I like why Marvin's doing this. Now, I had a buddy read this to me. I had a buddy read me this headline, Marvin Vettori, after this weekend and he disposes of Robert Whittaker in 3 rounds or less, will draw into Pereira. My buddy didn't have a problem with the idea that Marvin was going to be successful. It's a very hard fight, and he absolutely can win it. He also didn't have a problem with the notion that Pereira was going to beat Adesanya. My friend's problem was somebody banking on an idea that if Adesanya, the star and the greatest middleweight to have ever done it, loses, Adesanya will be given an immediate rematch. Hold on. Hold on. If Adesanya loses to Pereira, history says the great who went down gets a rematch. Hold on. You're forgetting. That score will be 0-3. What do you do with that? And you might say nothing, Chael, they don't cross over, and you might be the one that's right. But if Pereira was to bring this to everybody's attention and say, I don't want to fight, I am done with him. I've given him a chance, I give him another chance, and I give him a third chance. By the way, we stood up in all 3. The only thing we did different is change our gloves. I've beaten him 3 times at the same thing. I'm just sharing with you that it does get a little bit interesting, and I'll give you a point of where this happened. It was the Bullet versus Joanna Champion. And they had fought, and the Bullet got her, and it was a very exciting match, and I thought that Joanna had earned her way back and could get in there again, but then there was a backstory that they had kickboxed twice, and that the Bullet had won them both. That hurt Joanna. That hurt Joanna in building and selling to you a brand new market, a brand new audience, who did not know anything about that, which, by the way, is a different sport. It is not what they're doing. I grew up as a wrestler. I don't know that if I beat somebody in wrestling and we come into fighting, and here we are 15 years later, different sport, different weight class, different rule. I don't know that it carries over. But I also don't know that that's a fair comparison. If Pereira and Adesanya goes the way that we think, the way every coach has predicted, the way Duke Rufus himself predicts, we got a stand-up fight with little gloves on. We are seeing the same thing that has already been done twice, and I think if Pereira was to use that strategically, if he does this a really hard fight, I don't want to deal with him. Bring me somebody, just if he did, and he was to steer into, I'm not positive that the guaranteed instant rematch that we are used to in said situation would apply. And I'm only bringing that to you, right? You're keeping hope alive. Of course I don't have a crystal ball, and of course I can't see it. I just want to bring for you that it is a little bit different. It's not Leon versus Kamara. It's not this upset and this guy got taken down. If you don't want it to be, right? The story is however the story is told. Some people are not smart enough from a strategic standpoint to tell their story. And when they're not, that's why you would have a manager, I think. I know Malky would agree with me. I guarantee Ali agrees with me. I mean, I think that's why you would have a manager, but I see guys not do that. And don't forget, everybody's job that is involved, from the fighter to the management. The fighter misses it, the manager needs to step in, is to make the most money against the easiest opponent every single night. They asked me one time who I wanted to fight. I had all these dum-dums. I read their answers for years. I want to fight the best. I want him at his absolute best so I can beat him at his best. But they were serious. They weren't just trying to sound tough. They were that stupid. Why? I want to be in the biggest arena for the largest paycheck with the smallest and worst opponent you can find. I want to be there every single time I'm up. So I share with you, if Pereira had a different standpoint about running it back, if he saw that as a really hard match and he saw something else and he thought he could do more, he has a story to tell. And you want to know who's not going to mind when I say this? Adesanya. Adesanya wants that pressure. I just put some on him. Adesanya wants that. He wants everything. He wants everything on the line. This is the guy. I think that many people are believing what I just said, but in reverse, they're thinking this is Pierre's chance. This is his chance to shine. He's already beat him. He's already beat him twice. He came over to a sport. He followed him. He's going to beat him again. Maybe. I don't know Pierre well enough to know. But I guarantee you I'm right about Adesanya. He wants all of it. All chips are in. Ships are burned. No way home. That's when he does his best work.